Another hobby. So Margaret is speaker number 2. She's the proud owner of 1.5 acre property, which not only gives a lot of yard work for her to do, but it provides many opportunities for urban agriculture. In the past, she's kept chickens and horses and maintained a productive veggie garden, as we just finished talking about. Decided to try out beekeeping this year. And what she's going to do is she's going to show us and tell us about her brand new beehive. Wow. So she brought it fully loaded with bees. Just kidding. It's not bead yet. So let's go ahead and, the speech is called A Quick Introduction to the Art of Beekeeping. This is Project 8 as well, getting comfortable with visual aids. And this is her 9th speech. So she has one more after this one that she is committed to doing by the end of this month, so she'll also finish her 10th just like Nicole. So let's go ahead and welcome Margaret. Thank you.
So, I've got 3 things to say. Thing the first, it's not actually a hazmat suit, and nobody in this room is hazardous. Thing the second, no bees were harmed in the making of this presentation. And thing the third, I could insert millions of buzzwords into this presentation, but I promise that is the last bee pun, because all bee puns are really, really lame, and I hate them. So, without further ado, let me first introduce you to my bee suit. Now, the reason why I have all of this clothing is, of course, everybody knows that bees are rather capricious creatures and they frequently sting. The gloves, as a matter of fact, are actually an optional piece of equipment. Experienced beekeepers frequently don't wear them because they say that it interferes with dexterity. When I get my bees, I'm probably going to be wearing gloves. I'll set these over here. And the other essential toy that every beekeeper must have is this, which is a smoker. And the smoker is filled with, it should be filled, it will be filled with flammable material, which you set fire to. Pine needles apparently work really, really well. Anything that generates lots of smoke. And you use this little squeezer to squeeze the smoke out through the end of the smoker. And what it actually does is it makes the bees go through a fire drill. It doesn't actually calm them. What happens is they smell the smoke and they think, ah, wildfire! And they all dash into the hive and they suck up as much honey as they possibly can, gather around the queen and prepare to swarm away from the hive to keep themselves safe. So it's literally a fire drill. And that enables you to attend to your hive while the bees are worrying about their non-existent forest fire. So I'm going to assemble this hive for you so you can see basically how a beehive works. This is called a Langstroth beehive, and it's pretty much the ubiquitous standard in beekeeping pretty much throughout the world. There's a slight variation in Britain, chiefly as to size. This is called the baseboard. Everything needs a baseboard. Everything needs a floor. This is the most interesting part. This is the bee's apartment. It's the brood chamber. And this is where Her Majesty the Queen lives, with all her attendants and babies. And there are some interesting items in here. First off, there are 10 of these. These are frames. And again, I'll set one down here so you can take a look at it later. The frame is where bees build their comb. That type of foundation, the black material in the middle, is called foundation. It is covered in little hexagonal imprints that encourages the bees to build a comb. So it kind of gives them a start. It's almost like moving into a house that already has floors, I guess. The brood chamber frames are much, much larger than the honey super, which I'll show you in a moment. But each one of these has 9 of these. And in the case of my hive, I have this thing, which is called a division board feeder. And this will be filled up with sugar syrup because bees, especially when they're first beginning to get established, they really need something to eat. And so until they've learned to forage their territory, which by the way is a circle of roughly 2 miles, they need a little bit of help. And so at times of stress for your hive, you use 1 or more types of feeder. In this case, I'm using the division board type because it will be close to the brood chamber. and that helps the bees to find food more easily. Here's another little gizmo. This is called a hive tool, and you use this for cleaning. When you take the hive apart to inspect it or harvest honey, the bees will glue everything together with a resinous substance they make called propolis. Bees don't just make wax and honey, they also make propolis, which is bee glue. And so you use the hive tool to pry open the hive when you take it apart. And you use this because it makes very little noise. And bees actually don't like sudden snapping noises, and this helps to keep them calm. So that's my hive tool, very, very important. And next little thing, also a very useful object. This looks like absolutely nothing, I realise. This is called an entrance reducer. So under optimal conditions, you will allow the bees free access in and out of their hive, but at certain times you may want to only allow a few of them in or out. One reason for that is if another nest of bees is attempting to take over your hive, in which case you give them a tiny little entrance that's easy to guard and protect against invaders. Bees have quite interesting lives. They make war with each other and steal, all sorts of interesting things. Next part, absolutely essential. This is called the queen excluder. And this sits on top of Her Majesty's Palace, which is called Her Majesty's Palace for now. This is sized such that the queen cannot get any further up, but workers can go anywhere they want. And next, we have the business end. This is the honey supers. Looks almost identical to the brood chamber. Also has frames, but they're slightly smaller. Each one of these can hold up to 15 pounds of honey if I'm really lucky. I doubt it first year in a row. But as you can see, down here I would have a mixture of baby bees and some honey, and up here I would only get honey, and this is my harvesting area. And then, last but not least, this is the inner cover. This provides some insulation, and this provides even more insulation. This is the outer cover. And it is metal to help even the temperature. You're quite sensitive to temperature. And there you have it. This is an assembled Langstroth hive and a crazy lady in a bee suit. Thank you very much, Toastmasters.